I'm Jack Myers, welcoming you to my Think Tank, where I share what I'm thinking about and ask you to think about it too. This week I'm thinking about the passing of Hank Aaron, also about the film Hank Aaron Chasing the Dream and the mystery surrounding the film's disappearance. In 1995, Hank Aaron Chasing the Dream, a 95-minute documentary, won the Peabody Award and was nominated for both an Oscar and Emmy Award as Best Documentary. It won the Crystal Heart Award, the top honor at the Heartland Film Festival. Hank Aaron Chasing the Dream is one of the best and the most honored sports documentaries in film history. Yet the original has been buried since its VHS release, and nowhere is this story of Hank's extraordinary role in racial justice and civil rights available to be seen to honor his passing. There are 7, probably none after today, used VHS copies available at Amazon, but the film was never converted to DVD and is not available on any streaming platform. The mystery is why. Hank Aaron had advocated for wide distribution of the film, but since rights were owned by the company that employed him, Turner Broadcasting, he was unwilling to vocally advocate for further release. Co-producer Denzel Washington's Mundy Lane Entertainment was a minority rights owner and did not pursue further distribution. The film was the first for Brian Robbins and Mike Tollin, both of whom have had stellar TV and film careers. Robbins founded and sold Awesomeness TV, which today is owned by Viacom CBS, and 25% of the film's rights were retained by television production partners, and that's where I enter the story. But more on that later in this podcast. The IMDb review of Hank Aaron Chasing the Dream reinforces why the film's original tape should be found, digitally updated, and re-released. Quote, "A truly remarkable movie. Hank Aaron Chasing the Dream is a must-watch for any fan of the game of baseball. Has fantastically great footage of the greatest home run hitter of all time, the way he launches the ball off his bat, the 400-foot line drives, the impeccable swing, truly one of a kind. From the game he played in his youth, Fireball, to his record-breaking home run on April 8, 1974, Hank Aaron, the man, reveals all in Hank Aaron Chasing the Dream." Unquote. In the documentary, Hank talks lovingly about his mom and tells a story few know. All those who followed the Hank Aaron story have embedded in their greatest moments in sports memory the vision of Hank rounding second base in his home run trot after hitting number 715 to pass the Babe's lifetime record, with 2 teenage fans running behind him and clapping him on the shoulder.
Ball is a high drive into deep left center field. Buckner goes back to the fence. It is gone. What a marvelous moment for baseball. What a marvelous moment for Atlanta and the state of Georgia. What a marvelous moment for the country and the world. A black man is getting a standing ovation in the Deep South for breaking a record of an all-time baseball idol. And it is a great moment for all of us, and particularly for Henry Aaron.
Your mental replay continues as Hank's mom, charging the field along with hundreds of fans, grasps her son, sweeping her arms around him in a full-body embrace. All sports fans know the scene. But Hank's memory was very different. As he shared for the first time in Chasing the Dream, Hank thought the 2 young fans were coming to kill him and pushed them defensively away. Hank's mom, also believing a sniper in the stands would be shooting at her son, embraced him so that she would take the bullet. Hank was simultaneously a hero to most, but a hated symbol of black accomplishment to a subset of Americans whose vitriol remains all too present in American life today. In 1974, once it was clear that Hank would break Babe Ruth's legendary home run record, Hank also set a Guinness World Record for most hate letters received by a private citizen in a single year. Hank received nearly 1 million hate letters and death threats, nearly 3,000 per day, most racially motivated. Discovering the rights and original tape has remained an unfulfilled mission for me. Over the past 2 decades, I've sought answers from TBS and have never fully been told why the true story of one of baseball's most iconic legends, and certainly the best and most honored biography, remains hidden away, probably in an archives in Atlanta. It's an asset I doubt anyone at AT&T even realizes they own, until now. I had the honor of spending time with Hank during the production of Chasing the Dream. My then partner in Television Production Partners, aka TPP, David Houle, and I raised funds for the film from General Motors, Anheuser-Busch, Clorox, Campbell Soup, and Reebok. Tolan and Robbins had introduced the project to Denzel Washington's production firm, then headed by Deborah Martin Chase, now CEO of Martin Chase Productions. Together, they brought the film to Turner Broadcasting Entertainment President Scott Sassa, president of TBS Documentaries Pat Mitchell, and to Hank, who readily gave his permission because of Denzel's assurance it would be an honest and high-quality production. Since Aaron had been hired by Turner in his post-baseball career, Sassa and Mitchell believed outside funding was important and brought in David and me to executive produce, which required raising 100% of the $1.2 million production budget. Houle and I had formed TPP 3 years earlier in partnership with 10 leading marketers to study, develop, and invest in alternative network TV advertising financial models that would better serve marketers' long-term economic goals. With a multi-million-dollar investment fund from the marketers, TPP was able to quickly align the funds with the help of creative economic modeling developed in collaboration with then Turner EVP Randy Freer. All of us involved knew the film was and remains a documentary masterpiece. Pat Mitchell had the wisdom to submit the film for several awards and to forewall a pre-TV theatrical release. Forewalling was a detour around Film Academy rules that prohibited TV films from Oscar consideration. Pat joined Hank at the '96 Academy Awards. As she remembers, Hank was certain he would win. After all, he was carrying his lucky rabbit's foot. Pat encouraged Hank to keep his expectations low. In most years, Hank's civil rights and human story would be an automatic win. But the competition, and Frank Remembered, narrated by Kenneth Branagh, was a sure bet to win, and it did. But Hank's extraordinary life story, well told, went on to become one of the most awarded sports documentaries in history. But where is the film today? Who holds the rights? As a 25% rights holder, Houle and I pursued the full rights a few years ago through senior Turner executives, who referred us to attorneys who failed to respond to repeated inquiries. I've been told there were issues with music rights, which seems like a small challenge to overcome. I was told there were issues with Hank's employment at Turner. I can't imagine that would have been an obstacle. I've also considered that there were too many rights holders, and therefore it's in no one's self-interest to further invest or attempt to untangle. Well, let's untangle them now in Hank's honor. If anyone has any insights into this mystery, please advise me. If no one objects, I have a clean VHS tape, and I can make it available to HBO Max or digitize and distribute it myself. Those who've seen me on a Zoom or in my leadership conversations and Legends and Leaders videos will have seen the Hank Aaron Chasing the Dream poster over my shoulder, signed by Hank. I'm very proud to have been associated with the creation of this brilliant and relevant biography, and have had the opportunity to spend time with Hank on several occasions when we spoke about why the film was not being further released. The least we can do for Hank is to assure that his true story, his favorite biography, continues to be seen. I'm Jack Myers. Listen to my Think Tank podcast, Battle for the Soul of Media, and all my commentaries at jackmyersthinktank.com, Media Village, and your favorite podcast platform. Stay safe.